I know there's a hero inside you.
Welcome to the introduction of Change Your Life, Get Unstuck. You can feel it coming, that scratchy throat, the sneezing, and the desperate grab for tissues. As symptoms worsen, your head fogs and throbs, and then exhaustion arrives. After consuming a concoction of drops, drinks, and doses to get through your day, you try to act as if nothing is wrong, but your coworkers keep their distance. At bedtime, you toss and turn, feeling chilled and feverish with a mouth full of cotton. Rest is hard, so you wrap up in your blanket and you enter survival mode. It doesn't feel like this cold will ever end. You numbly face your work days, feeling discouraged and even hopeless as the cough deepens and the headache pounds on. This is what it feels like to be stuck. Anxiety, insomnia, and hopelessness make you want to retreat, wrapping yourself in a burrito blanket. No amount of positive thinking, visualizing, or clairvoyance can alter a situation, but you can change in the midst of it. Change your life and get unstuck with a growth mindset will work for you. Merely throwing water on the subject won't do much good. As an illustration, my sons will never let me forget one certain incident when they were growing up. I was not used to the intensity that physical contact with boys could bring. One time I honestly thought our sons were going to kill each other. They were lunging and grabbing with great force and passion while I stood on the sidelines, not sure what to do. So I grabbed the first thing that I could put my hands on, which was a full pitcher of water, and I threw it on them in our carpeted living room. Well, they immediately stopped, looking up at me in disbelief, soaking wet. It worked. They stopped fighting because we all started laughing so hard at such a crazy solution. When you're in the throes of a crisis, you may not be thinking clearly. A douse of water, a good laugh, or an insightful confrontation might be just the action to disrupt your downward spiral and get you thinking in new ways how to cope with life's crises. You may be facing bankruptcy, a broken marriage, a dead-end career, unemployment, or even another personal or professional life change. Maybe you're experiencing health crises that will alter your quality of life in an indeterminate way. And how about being stuck in a body you don't like? Maybe you've just made the house payment and you feel like you've won the lottery. You may feel like none of the breaks out there are going your way. The circumstances of life are just against you. Is the other person getting all the big accounts and you are not hired for the gig first? Maybe your spouse cheated on you while your quirky friend's marriage remains intact. Or the bills keep coming and you can't seem to get ahead. Some of you are faced with life-changing choices about the care of a family member. Feeling stuck can be a time of feeling alone, isolated, abandoned, and ultimately confused about the decision of the next life move. In getting unstuck, hope can fuel the energy to exert courage, and you can walk and breathe again. When courage is exercised, it inspires the willingness to risk. You might even start jogging at this point. Taking a risk brings the prospect of change or advancement, and now you're running. These actions are vital to getting further unstuck. Here's a good quote for you. Hope fuels courage for you to walk, and courage inspires risk for you to jog, and risk brings change so you can run. Not long ago, I experienced tendonitis in my left elbow, and I decided to ice my elbow for 20 minutes every morning. The pain in keeping an ice pack on my elbow made my eyes cross until my arm went numb. Well, it works because the warm blood rushes to the injury when the ice is removed, heating the area up with new blood cells, promoting the healing. Baseball pitchers, as my husband was, they dip and hold their arm in a bucket of ice water after pitching. It's painful, but that's why they're able to keep using their muscles in a game with intense pressure and motion. It may be a painful process to go through and apply some of the steps in this series, but they will only transform your life and your outlook if you take time to evaluate how they apply to you personally. You can laugh, cry, and understand the principles, but actually applying the ice pack to bring the warm blood of change is necessary for real healing, no matter if you're sinking in quicksand, trying to run in your dream, or if you just have gum on your shoe. Remember, true transformation occurs with evaluation and application. Change your life and get unstuck will give you more than a pitcher of water to throw at being stuck. There are applicable principles that you can apply immediately to implement and eliminate what is not needed in your life and create new habits for a new future. But you must begin. Remember, I'm on your team rooting for you, so start now with defining your track.
The